Hi everyone, Suri Serano here with Inside Gymnastics Magazine. We are so excited and super proud to announce our cover girl for the 50 Most Photogenic issue, one of your favorites and our favorites as well, Miss McKayla Maroney.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Let me take you back to when you were a wee little one.
Okay.
9 years old, I believe, in Costa Mesa at Gymnastics.
Yes.
With Kyla.
Yes.
And
best
the
friend.
infamous, yes, your infamous best friend. What was that like being there, and how many years were you there?
I was there 6 years, and it was some of the most memorable years of my life. I loved it there. I loved training. Gymnastics, it will forever be my passion, and I made so many good friends there, and I'll never forget growing up in that gym. It was amazing.
Talk about the switch. 2009, you switched to where we're sitting
AOGC,
right now. Yes,
Olympia.
AOGC.
Yeah.
What went into that decision?
Well, Kyla had made the national team, and you know, when you have coaches that are leaving, she was going to Australia, and she went to a couple other places, and I was kind of just in the gym. I didn't really have as much coaching as I needed because I needed a lot of coaching. I needed some help. My vault was okay, but I mean, I had a 2.5, but I needed some serious help on beam and on floor and on bars. I had potential, but it wasn't, you know, I needed somebody really hard and really strict to be like, girl, you have some work to do. So we looked up this gym, Maddie Larson, who was definitely a really big inspiration in my life. I love her to this day. She's an amazing girl. And Samantha Shapiro, perfection. I looked up to her. Her bars were amazing. So I came here ready to work my butt off and train really hard because my dream was to go to the Olympics. And in order to go to the Olympics, you can't just be good at one thing. You know, you kind of have to have everything so they can use you. You know, you can go and compete for just vault, but if they ever need you for something else, I want to be able to have my country's back.
So you're one of those types of gymnasts that need somebody to ride you and work hard and push you every day in the gym.
No, I'm not. I will be in the gym. I could be completely alone and I will train and do exactly what I need to do. I'm not a cheater. I'm not that girl. I needed somebody to coach me technically and be like, your knees are bent. That is not going to fly. You're going to get 5 points off for that. And I had that at GymMax, but Arthur is definitely the most technical coach in the world, and he has made me the gymnast I am today. If you look back when I was at GymMax, I was just kind of like flying all over the place. Like I was just, technically things weren't perfect. And Arthur is very, nope, you do that again. And I'm fine with doing it again and working hard, but I need somebody to tell me, you know, that's not good enough. Right. You need to do it again.
You had a lot of success. You were climbing the ranks 09, 10, 11, 12, leading up to, you know, the Olympic year.
Yeah.
A lot of, obviously it was paying off.
Yes.
Right. So let's talk Olympics, right? Pre that, at what point leading up to the Olympics did you really, truly realize I can do this?
That it was real. You know, coming here to this gym right away, I had a camp coming up and I was just working so hard, learning new skills like every day, just, you know, putting things together, looking for the Olympics. And I soon made the Guadalajara, Mexico team, so I went there, and then I came back, and then I went to Italy, and I made the national team there. No, I got first place in
Juzzalo.
Yes, at that competition, and that was kind of like, I got first place all around. What just happened? I had never done anything like that, so it meant a lot to me, and I kind of shocked myself a little bit because nobody ever thought that I could, you know, do all around. I was just a vaulter. I was just this. I was just that, and I wanted to prove to myself that I was something more, and that was definitely something that, you know, lit the fire in me a little bit. And then soon after I made the World's team, I got third at visas, I think, and I went to Japan, and that, I think after winning the gold medal at Worlds in Tokyo was, you know, like I knew it was always possible, and I never was going to doubt myself. I didn't care what. I would never stop until I went to the Olympics. Doesn't matter if it's in 2020 or if it's in 2012. I will be going. So, but that was the moment that I was like,
in Japan.
This is really like, this is going to become my dream, and I'm going to make it reality.
A reality.
Yeah.
Amazing. The feeling when you made the Olympic team.
Oh, don't make me cry. Just the best feeling in the world, and that's why I still keep training to this day, because that feeling, being there in the village with my best friends and knowing that you worked your whole life in getting that, there's no words. There really isn't. It's the best feeling, and that's why I want it again.
Was apart from obviously winning the team gold,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable, what were some of your favorite moments that you remember 2 years out now the most?
Like at the Olympics?
Yes.
My favorite moments were probably just being in the village. I mean, I can't even express to you how amazing it was to just see all the athletes and be like, all of these people work their whole life to be here, and they're here with me today, competing for their country. It doesn't matter who, but they are standing for something. And everybody, it was weird to me just to look at somebody, and everybody had went through their obstacles. Like, I had a concussion right before the Olympics. I had a broken toe at the Olympics, but every night I went to bed and I was like, thank you, God. I'm so happy to be here, because there's so many other girls that wanted my spot, and so I was just so thankful and grateful. But I think my favorite moments were just being with my team in our room. I have pictures. Our room was a mess. Jordan and Allie are pigsties, and our bathroom looked like something exploded in there. And
Makeup and girls.
I just would look at things. If you caught me even at a bad moment after a bad workout, because I was in a lot of pain.
I don't think a lot of people knew how, that was kind of a serious injury that you had.
It was very serious. I needed to get surgery after, and it was a surgery where they said, you probably won't be able to do gymnastics again, and you probably will never wear heels again, let alone do gymnastics,
Right.
So,
Did they advise you not to compete on it? On a broken toe?
They could have told me. They didn't say that.
Okay.
I mean, you're always given a choice. If I was like, my foot hurts, they could, well, okay, then we'll get another girl. There's girls that could have, stepped in for me, but
Sure.
I think I could have been shot in the leg and still had that, and I would have definitely been like, no, I'm good. I want to go right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've got to ask you, your team finals vault, which is probably the closest thing to perfection I think we've ever seen. What was your first thought when you landed that?
Probably like a cuss word, like holy crap, I don't know. I just was so happy, so happy. I mean, I definitely think that moment was just like, it was so unreal. Like, looking back at it, it was just like godly. Like, I really think that there was like angels or something like that. We all stuck our vaults. It was 1, 2, 3. We all did perfect vaults.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just me.
No,
Like, people sometimes, they're just like, your perfect vault. I was like, but did you see the 2 before? They did perfect vaults too. It was like, oh my God, it was crazy. And usually you see somebody do something perfect and you kind of psych yourself out a little bit, like trying too hard to, match that. But we didn't, because we didn't have any, like, of that, I need to be better than that, like my teammate, because we all loved each other so much, and we all just wanted the best for each other, and we wanted to do this for our team and for our country, that is why we hit that perfect 3.
It had to feel a little bit like an out-of-body experience.
Oh yeah, for sure, that's the word. Like, I remember it as like being out of body. Like, I can't even, it's a weird thing, like looking back for me, definitely.
I, of course, have to ask about all finals, individual event finals.
Yes.
I think, as you know, the entire world, I can't even remember a time when a gold medal was a lock in gymnastics, ever.
Right.
And I'm sure you've heard this a million times. I'm not the first person to say that. So a million things go through your head in a second when you fall.
Yeah.
What went through your mind?
My first thought was, well, I guess I'm going to the next Olympics. And that made me mad.
What was your second and third thoughts?
Why am I thinking that? Like, why am I being so positive about what just happened? It was so bad, and I was mad that I was, kind of trying to be like, it's okay, because it wasn't okay. Like, it really wasn't. I let myself down, I let my country down, and that's what it felt like in my heart. So it was honestly like I had no
heavy.
emotion. Like, I didn't even want to cry. Like, I had nothing. I couldn't sleep for 5 days after. The fall just kept repeating in my head. It wasn't even me running. It was just the fall over and over and over. I couldn't sleep. And I was just like, why did that happen? And you know why it happened? It was because it was supposed to happen. There is no reason. How could I have never fallen on that vault in my life.
No.
If you watch the video, I look at it and I'm like, what went wrong? I don't know. I really don't know.
Still to this
and
day.
there is no answer for me, but I don't need to know the answer because I am the person I am today because of that fall. And if you ask me if I could go back and win a gold, I would say no, thank you. I love my silver medal, and I love what's happened, and it's made me a stronger person, and that's why I'm sitting in this chair talking to you today. So.
You are remarkable. I mean, truly, to be 18 and to have that kind of awareness is pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Does that come from your family at all?
I think so. I mean, my mom has definitely been has let me be myself and has let me be independent, and hasn't really ever pushed me to go into anything that I didn't want to do. And my dad is a very hard worker. He wakes up at 4 a.m. every day to work, and he comes home late at night and he is making dinner. You know, just my whole family, like the vibe, like when I get home, they don't ask me how gym was. We're just a family. I'm not just a Olympic gymnast. They're not like, even like before I went to the Olympics, it was never, we wouldn't talk about it. Like we'd get in the car, I'd be like, what's up, Mom? How you doing? How's Taryn? It's just,
Normal.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's gotta help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If my mom
well-rounded.
asked me, like, did you do your vaults today? Did you land your vaults today? I would explode. Because as a gymnast, like, we're already perfectionists. Like, we do not need anybody after that 8-hour day in the gym. Even if you have a bad day or a good day, you don't need any more of it. When you're out of the gym, you just need to cut it off. Because because you don't, it's already
There's a
enough.
lot of gymnasts that have parents as coaches.
Too many.
Can you imagine?
Too many.
I don't think I could imagine that.
Bye. I can't handle it.
I love it. Yes, and you're the face of Seen Around the World.
Yeah.
How that changed your life.
It definitely
Changed your life.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's definitely moments in your life that changed it, and that was definitely number one on my
president.
yeah.
I mean, is it surreal now, or is it just normal?
I don't even know. It's just like I think it has to be surreal, because how can a moment like that just make all those things happen? You know, like it's just 1 second I'm on the podium and I'm thinking, man, I really wish that I didn't fall. And the girl who was in first place, Sandra, she's actually a really close friend of mine who, you know, I didn't give her a hug very nicely right after I landed, which was, you know, a lot of people thought that I wasn't being a good sport, but I was honestly, I can't even remember that hug. When I saw a picture of it, I was like, she hugged me.
You're in another
I
world.
was so out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to be in my body. Like, I just wanted to get away from myself because of what just happened. I was just like, no. But so she was standing in first place and had the gold medal around her neck, and her national anthem was going. And I remember being in Tokyo and listening to mine and being like, it's the best feeling. Hearing your country's national anthem, it just makes you think like, I didn't just do this for me. I didn't just do this for my family and my coaches. I did it for my country. And it's amazing to know that you did something very important to people, because I come home and it means something to people. Like, people are like, thank you. And I'm like, what do you mean thank you? They're like, for winning the gold for our country. And I was like, you're welcome. Like, I just never thought of it that way, that I was going to come home and people were going to be like,
So effective.
yeah. So to not have that and to be up there, and that's when I did the face. I was just like, and I remember doing the face for literally 2 seconds. Like, if you watch the video, it's 2 seconds. Yeah. And I remember thinking, did I just make a face? Because it's natural. I do it all the time. I have pictures of me when I'm little doing it. I have it on my Mac computer when I'm like 13. I'm just like, what's up? And when a flight's delayed, I'm just like, dang it. It's just something I make, and like people point out, and my friends who were watching the Olympics, they even said, oh, I didn't even notice. Like, you do that face so much all the time. Like, I didn't even notice, because they're just used to seeing me do that face, but the world wasn't.
No.
So
2 seconds
Yep,
changed
it
everything.
definitely blew up. My dad, I got back to my room and I had a text message from my dad and he goes, back in the United States, there's a little bit of, people are talking about the face you made on after vault, and I would just say be positive about it all. Maybe say that you didn't mean to make a mean face. And I was like, what is he talking about? What face? I was like mad. I was like, really, Dad? Like, what are you even talking about? Because I don't know. I don't really like to talk about what other people say about me because I already at the time there was enough drama. Like I guess Gabby had something with her hair, and I'm just like, get out. We're here competing at the Olympics. Don't mention my face. Don't mention my hair, Gabby's hair. Like, come on, stop. But I looked it up, and there was this blog of me being not impressed with, rainbows, with Mozart, with being on the moon, being on Mars.
Silly.
Everything that you could ever think of. And at the time, I was like, I just didn't get it. Like, I was just like, what does this even mean? Like, I don't understand. And then a couple weeks later, it just kept getting more and more, and people were tweeting me about it, and I'm just like, let it go. And it just wasn't going away. So I then the Olympics were done, and we were still in London, and we went to the pool. Me and Allie were gonna have a swimming race, and the pool was closed, and we took a picture with the 3 girls, and we're just like,
I remember that.
The pool was closed, and I guess people were just amazed that I turned it into something positive and just wasn't trying to push it out of the way and be like, this never happened, because definitely it's something that happened to me, and if you ask me about it, I'll tell you the real story. If you really want to think that I'm a bad sport, then go ahead. I don't care what you think about me, because at the end of the day, I was sad, I was upset, and I was not impressed. So
that is a perfect soundbite.
Yeah.
I love it. On that note, post-Olympics tour.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. And then you went down with another injury.
Yes. Okay, tour wasn't that fun for me because I was broken. I still had my broken toe. It was technically a broken foot. I don't know the name of it. It was not just my big toe. Things were torn. Things were, the bone in my big toe through my foot was split and dislocated.
Didn't they say you really shouldn't be doing anything?
Yeah, they did. And I was like, no, I got to do the tour. My fans are going to be there. Everybody wants me to be there. The team's going to be there. I needed it. I was happy to go and do that. That was what I was looking forward to. All that hard work, and then to go and just enjoy something very special like that. Sure. I was so excited. And so we were learning the dances, and I was just I was doing everything on my broken toe, because I competed at the Olympics with it. I was kind of used to the pain by now.
Right.
But and I also had a fractured shin at the time. My fibia was fractured.
After the Olympics?
Yes. So my fibia was fractured, my foot was all torn up, and I was going to get surgery after tour. But I fractured my tibia on the second show in California. And I was doing a dismount off the bars, and I thought that I got shot in the leg. I had the crowd standing right in front of me, and I thought that somebody in the crowd had shot me in the leg, because when your tibia fractures, it's the loudest bone that breaks in the body. So I heard a gunshot, and it wasn't a gunshot. It was my leg snapping, my tibia snapping, and it didn't even hurt, because there was just when something happens like that, you don't even feel anything. But I stepped backwards with the leg that I fractured, and it gave out. And I was like, why is my leg giving out? This is weird. And I sat down, and I was like, what the heck just happened? And I looked down at my leg, and my bones, sticking out of my leg. And Allie's right behind me. She had to get up on the bar after me. And I'm sitting there, I'm just chilling. It looks like, if you watch the video, there's a video on YouTube. I just pop on my butt and I'm just sitting there. It doesn't look like anything happened. And Allie's like, Mac, why are you she was so confused, why are you just sitting there? And I'm like, Allie, look at my leg. So she looks at my leg, the bone's sticking out, and she jumps.
The skin?
No,
in the skin.
It was in the skin, thank God. But it was like,
the way up.
oh my God, it was disgusting.
You're all calm, just
so
sitting there.
yeah, because I didn't know I couldn't move at all. So I kind of like scooted to the corner of the bars, but I was still in Allie's way because she had to like get on the bar and do her little show routine. So she sees my leg, she jumps on the bar, she's hyperventilating. It freaked her out so much, and I totally understand why.
Yeah.
She does like a shaposh and she slips off, and she hurts both of her knees, and it was just this big dramatic thing. I get carried away, she gets carried away, to take me to the emergency room. And I got surgery 5 days later, and I stayed home for a while, got my toe surgery that I needed to do. Again, a blessing in disguise. I needed to go home and get my
Your body
tibia.
was done,
I
girl.
was done.
Your body was done.
And that was the only way that I was going to stop. If somebody literally fractured my tibia,
Yeah.
Girl, you got to stop.
You
So
stop.
I did stop, and then I went back on tour the second I could. I was on crutches, and I
Did whatever you could.
did whatever I could. I wanted to be there so bad. So I think I only missed like maybe a month of it, or maybe less than a month, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks of it.
That much?
Because I just wanted to be there. So it's definitely in the moment. My mom was like, no, you should probably rest. Nope, I'm going. She thought I was nuts. And looking back at it, I was nuts. Like, it makes no sense. But I understand why I wanted to do that, is because I just worked so hard. And to have that, it only happens every 4 years. And I just was really wanting to embrace that tour and all the friendships that I had made. And I just wanted to live it up. I wanted to live up that Olympic experience.
Absolutely. Post-Olympics, you have had the opportunity to do some incredible things.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is just endless. What have been some of your favorite?
Well, I think my favorite,
What stands out?
definitely, I've gotten to do some acting, and that's something that I've wanted to do since I was a very little girl. I remember being like 8 years old, and I was in this play, and I just enjoyed it so much. And I remember thinking, man, this is kind of just like gymnastics. Like, I love them both a lot. Like, I had a passion for both of them. But, gymnastics you can't really do when you're older. You have to do it, and you can't stop. You can't do both things at a time. And so I finally got the chance to do some acting. I was on the show Heart of Dixie on the CW, and I had so much fun doing that. And I can't wait to do it when I'm, I don't want to say not doing gymnastics, because I feel like I'll be involved in gymnastics for the rest of my life, even if I think some days like, oh, God. But no, I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life. But when I have more time for acting, that's what I want to do, because that's what I enjoyed the most.
Yeah. What, so apart from acting and getting to do that, which is incredible, what other events, maybe the group of you together or solo, that you had a lot of fun?
We got to go on the Empire State Building with all the girls, which was very special. I did Miss America, which was very cool.
You're a judge, right?
Yeah, I was a judge for that. We went to the Hall of Game Awards together, which was very cool and fun to, do the award show. But I think the VMAs were very, very special because all of us were there. Mm-hmm. And at the Hall of Game Awards, Kyla didn't get to go because she was training, and it's really hard with trying to do gymnastics and that. You try to put it together, and I've done it a couple times, and then it just becomes, you're just like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to focus on gymnastics, because you can't, it's so hard to do both at a time. It's just not possible, and it's so tiring.
What about Dancing with the Stars? I know that, I was there when you guys performed.
My tibia was just healing, so they all did the cartwheels, and I ran around the side and just went in the front, was like, yeah, I did something. But that was so fun. And at the time, I was like, man, I really want to do Dancing with the Stars. This would be so cool. This would be so fun. But
Broken
body. Still
heal.
wanted to do gymnastics.
Yeah.
And, maybe I'll do it in the future someday. So
then acting is something that you have your eyes set on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I like acting. I like singing.
You sing?
Yeah. Not like professionally yet, but I'm taking singing lessons. I like writing music. I don't play any instruments, but just because I haven't had any time. There's so many things that I love to do, but I just kind of need to find that one, you can't really have one. I have a lot of passions for different sorts of things. So I also did a music video with Leto. That stands out to me a lot. That was so much fun.
I've done music videos. They're fun.
They're very fun.
A good time, right?
I held snakes. I saw a tiger and an elephant, and it was the best day ever. It was
They're
very
long
cool.
shoots.
And it was like 10 hours, and I was sick at the time. I had like strep throat, so I like couldn't even talk, but I was just like, I don't care, this is
You are
awesome.
a trooper. You're fierce. You really are. Well, let's see. Let's switch gears here. You are now a part of the Adidas family.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about, what you do for them. We will get to your fabulous Adidas Leos in a second that I'm obsessed with.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, my whole life, I've been obsessed with Adidas. My mom is wearing Adidas right now. She's obsessed, and she kind of started the whole thing. I used to wear these shoes until they literally broke apart. I can't even tell you. All my leotards, you know, competing, and at the Olympics we wore Adidas, and I will never not want to represent Adidas. It's the best brand, and I'm so happy to be working with them. We're working with Adidas Gymnastics right now, and as a little girl, I remember, you know, Nastia and Carly Patterson, they had their leotards, and I knew that one day I would want to have it, but it was one of those things, like I knew the Olympics, you know, because I would never stop working for it, but to have my own leotard line, that's one of those things that just like, where I like blew my own mind. Like it still feels like not real. Like the Olympics feel real, but my leotard line, are you kidding me? Like that's really big for me.
How involved with the designs are you in the process of?
The first 3 that I've done, they gave me a bunch of different like things to look at and fabrics to pick from, and so I'm very, you know, I want to pick the best ones, and I'm very obsessed with colors and fabrics and being different and standing out and not being like anybody else, because when you're in the gym, you not only want to be comfortable, that's my main thing. Like if I'm not comfortable, no. But I want to also, when you like look in the mirror, you look at yourself, you want to be like, all right, let's go work hard. So something that inspires you. Yeah.
I have to bring up my 2 of my favorite Leos I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've been around for a little bit. It was your white, yellow, and black Adidas Leo from Championships.
Thank you.
To die for. And then I literally almost fell over when I saw the peacock green number, which was Oscar red carpet worthy.
Yeah.
Where did those come from? Did you design them? Tell me give me the background.
I'm going to give my coach almost all of the credit, Galina Marinova. She really helped. You know, she thought of the peacock as being something that, you know, is just kind of like, I don't know, has good energy, stands out, really just like has some sass, and she built a leotard out of it, and of course Adidas was very helpful. They were like, all right, a peacock, okay, we'll do it, and they were just very supportive, and they already had an ombre Leo that they had, and we're like, you know, maybe we could mix some of the peacock with the ombre, which was very in at the time, it still is. So we did that, and it definitely, I put it on, I just didn't want to take it off. Oh my gosh. It's so comfortable too, and that's what I was saying, like about things being comfortable. It's just like I felt like I could move with it. Like some Leos, they just like, you can't even move your arms sometimes. And that Leo, it was just like, I felt so good in it. It was awesome.
I love it. I can't wait to see what's in store for the coming years.
We're working on some cool stuff now, so hopefully your mind will be blown again.
I'm sure it will be.
I hope so.
I'm sure it will be. Let's talk 2013, because a remarkable year for you.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, you came back from injuries.
Yes.
Right? And kind of cleaned up a little bit. You did great at championships,
Thank you.
winning your events,
Yeah.
both vault and floor,
Yeah.
right? And training all around. I know you want to be an all-around gymnast, not just a specialist. And then you went to Worlds and won vault.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Very special. Again, like it was just one of those moments to just be like, well, it all paid off again. Like all that, because looking back, it was very hard getting over the tibia fracture, the healing from the surgeries, coming back in the gym. I took 6 months off because I couldn't use my legs.
It's a long time.
No, all of my muscle gone, everything gone, skills lost. But, you know, I didn't give up. I said, I want to do this. At times, you know, I was just like, can this even, you know, happen?
What was your motivation at that point, when you know you have to go through so much to, you know, rebuild muscle, get back,
Yeah.
be fit,
I
get into
guess-
gymnastic shape, everything that goes into it?
For me, I would never want to regret anything in my life. And there's I don't know the quote exactly, but it says it's better to follow your dreams and not worry about the time that it's going to take to do it, because the time's going to pass anyway. So might as well, make that time work. And who cares if you're going to have to, put in so much pain and effort to make this happen, but at the end, when you've tried, at least you tried. At least you can look back and be like, you know what, I gave it my all. And because if I didn't, oh my gosh, I'd be depressed right now. I'd be eating chocolate in my bed, not moving.
Was your goal to go get that world?
My goal? I didn't even know my goal. If you asked me, it was to try to get as far as I could. And that is still my goal. The end goal is to go to the 2016 Olympics, but I have an injury right now, and I don't really know what's going to happen. So you have to really take it one step at a time, but every step has to be 100%, and it has to be full passion, full heart, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to love what I'm doing. And if the second I don't love it, I'm done. Yeah.
At that World Championships, you competed all around for the first time, I believe, and because of the 2 per country rule, couldn't compete all around. But what did that mean to you, that you competed all around, and you would have been in finals if not for that silly rule, by the way?
Yeah, it was very special to me. I mean, I enjoyed it so much. I had a lot of fun competing that day. I was very again, it was one of those moments where you're like, I'm so happy to be here. I don't care what happens. I mean, I've obviously worked really hard to get there, but it just, how did it even happen? I was hurt 3, 4, 5 months ago. I just put it together so fast. I didn't have any time. I just used the skills that I did at the Olympics and tried to put as many new things and clean things up as fast as I could. And it all kind of just, came together. And I was just very thankful to be there competing again for my country. And it was very special.
Let's talk.
Good experience.
Yeah, I would say so. Let's talk artistry.
Yeah. My favorite.
It's your favorite?
Yeah.
You're beautiful to watch. I love your routines from last year. Tell me, do you have any dance background? What has formed you as a gymnast in terms of your dance ability and presentation? Tell me about some of that.
I don't have any really dance background, but if there is one thing about dance that I love, it's just being able to, be yourself and, just have fun and enjoy it. And I love dancing so much. Right now, it's really hard because my knees hurt and I can't dance. Don't you just love dancing? I know because you do dancing as well.
I love it.
It's the best feeling.
The best.
And it's to be able to express yourself, and especially with floor, to create something. And even if it's, that classical stuff that I had in 2011, even just if it's music that I don't, fit to, I want to make it fit to me with dancing. And you can always kind of edit, it's like acting, kind of. You change your character for, a different music, and that's what I love about it so much. It doesn't exactly have to be you, but you can make it you. Become what it is. So I enjoy doing that a lot.
Did it come easily to you, or is it something you've had to work at?
It's always been me. I don't know. I've just always that's how I think of it. So I don't know if it's been a lot of hard work to make that happen, but I think it's just over time I've just kind of fallen in love with dancing a lot.
So it's super important to you.
Very. I think it's 100% one of the most important things is for when somebody watches me to remember it and not just, let it pass by.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it definitely stands out.
Thank you.
Future goals. I know you said you want to act in the future past your post-gymnastics career or here and there, right? Until you're done. Let's talk gymnastics goals, though. You said you're injured.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what's happening there?
I have tendinosis in my knee at the moment. I was having some knee problems at Worlds and after Worlds, and I just kind of thought it was, it's sore. I don't know what's wrong. I'll rest it a little bit. So I did. I took some time off, let it heal. I had a fracture in my right knee had an avulsion fracture in my right knee, and in my left knee, I just thought it was tendonitis. So I rested the fracture and just kind of came back into the gym, and I was feeling pretty good, and then it started getting really sore again. So on Valentine's Day, I got an MRI, and without love, I was told that I probably have to get surgery. So I got my surgery. I'm doing a lot better. 2 weeks ago, I had it March 6th. So, just moving forward, taking it one step at a time.
It's like old hat for you.
Yeah.
Another surgery, let's
fourth one. All right, fourth time's a charm, right? So it better be. But again,
what's the recovery time?
6 to 8 weeks. So sometime, gymnast for us 3 days is like, are you kidding me? You can't take 3 days off. So it sucks. But everything happens for a reason, again, and if I need to rest, I need to rest. I need to let this heal, and so I can be back in the gym as soon as I can, training for
Rio.
PNGs and Rio in the end. Yeah, that's 100%,
on
what
your radar.
I'm looking for.
Rio is the big goal.
Yeah.
Right. So you were hoping to get back to Worlds, though, this year. Okay. And I assume...
I'm hoping for everything, girl. There is no not hoping for.
I love it.
I mean, why not?
That's amazing. I love it. Where do you see yourself 5-10 years from now, when maybe perhaps your gymnastics career, competitive career, is over?
I don't know. I don't like to look that far ahead, but if I would have to, all I would say is I hope that I'm happy, and that's all that matters. Sometimes I want to do something, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to do that, so I don't know. I don't even know what I'll like by that time, but...
do you have any interest in college? I know some of your teammates have,
Well, I know that I'll be training for this next Olympics, and then there's going to be a tour, and I'll be able to do that tour, and then I want to do some acting and singing and voiceovers and working with different, great brands like Adidas. Like, that's definitely a dream in itself. But just to keep working with that, just keep building. My end goal is for people to look at me, and when they say, do you know a gymnast, and for them to just be like, oh yeah, McKayla Maroney, even just to not be forgotten, and to be an inspiration to, anybody, that, you shouldn't give up on your dreams no matter what people say. And that is the end goal, is to build up that platform of teaching people that it's okay to dream, it's okay to believe in yourself, and not to, listen to people who are going to doubt you, because people are. That is 100% a fact. They will, try to tear you down. I was told that I was going to be too tall. I was told that I would just be a vaulter. I was told that, you only want to be an actress because you want to be famous, and that's so untrue on so many levels. But, I do things because I love it, and if somebody loves something, they should follow their heart and go for that, and I will never stop pursuing that. And just building up something like that. I love working with charities and different sorts of things, and just making the world kind of better. So that's the end for me. I don't care where I am, or I love California, actually, so I do care where I am.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
We're a little spoiled in California.
So hopefully I'm here, happy, in shape, loving life, dancing, singing, acting. That's it.
There's nothing else to say. That was beautiful and amazing, and you are remarkable.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thank you for this interview. It was very special. You were very great.
I'd like to thank the incredible McKayla Maroney for sitting down with us today. And be sure to check out our 50 Most Photogenic issue.